Hi everyone, we're Group 4. I'm Irina and I'm here with Kevin and Sadie. Today we're excited to share our prototype with you. It's called Anchor and is designed to support people early, before housing instability turns into a crisis. We'll walk you through what we've learned, what we built, and why it matters. Let me start by giving you a quick overview of our presentation. Here's how we'll break things down today. First, I'll talk about how we got here, the problem space we were working in, and the insights that shaped our direction. Then Kevin will walk you through what we built, our prototype Anchor, and how it works in practice. And finally, Sadie will wrap it up with why this matters, the impact early supports can have, and where this work could go next. So with that in mind, let's jump into the problem space we were exploring. Everything really starts with understanding the problem. When we began this project, our goal was to understand the systems and the experiences that contribute to housing instability, and more importantly, where early support could make a meaningful difference. One thing became clear right away: people don't become homeless overnight. Destabilization is gradual. It looks like missed shifts, unpaid bills, mental health strain, or just feeling overwhelmed and disconnected. But the systems meant to help often only step in once someone is already in crisis. That gap, the quiet middle where people are struggling but not yet in full crisis, is where early intervention could have the biggest impact. So our purpose became, how do we support people before things spiral? And that question guided everything that followed. To understand that quiet middle, we needed more insight into people's experiences. So through our research and our interview, we heard a set of very human and very consistent themes. Asking for help is incredibly hard, especially when people or someone is already overwhelmed. People don't want a one-time check-in, they want gentle, ongoing support that doesn't disappear. Early warning signs show up long before a crisis, but no one is really tracking them. And isolation, the feeling of carrying everything alone, is one of the biggest risks that people face. These insights shaped our understanding of what effective early support needs to be: low barrier, trauma informed, and consistent. And all of that led to a guiding question. Our guiding question became, how might we provide early, trauma informed, low barrier support so people can get help before destabilization leads to homelessness? This question kept us grounded in prevention and dignity. And once we framed the problem that way, then the opportunity became clear. We identified early intervention as the highest leverage opportunity. Small, timely supports can help prevent escalation. Consistent check-ins builds trust, and a system that adapts over time can catch issues early, long before someone reaches a breaking point. So with that foundation in place, I'm going to hand things over to Kevin, who will walk you through Anchor and how it works. Kevin, take it away.
Thanks, Irina. So this is Anchor, our early intervention check-in prototype. Anchor is simple by design. It reaches out early, responds gently, adapts to what users need in the moment. It escalates support when necessary and is not meant to replace human care. It is meant to bridge the gap between someone who quietly struggles and the support systems that can help. Let me show you how it works. Anchor follows a straightforward flow. It sends weekly or bi-weekly check-ins. People can communicate to the channel that feels safe and easiest for them. The check-ins are intentionally low barrier, quick, simple, and not emotionally demanding. Anchor interprets the response using green, yellow, red systems. And when someone's response shifts, Anchor adjusts with it, offering support and resources or escalations as needed. The goal is predictability, consistency, and emotional safety. Now let's look at what that flow actually looks like from a user perspective. Here is the core user's flow. Check-in. Anchor sends a short, simple check-in response. The user replies in whatever way it feels easiest. Anchor then interpretates it. Anchor categorizes the response as green, yellow, or red. Action. Anchor responds to the appropriate level of support. Tracking over time. Anchor builds the picture of how someone is doing. It designs to feel supportive, not intrusive. And it designs to catch things early. To support workers, we also need a way to make the information easy and understandable at a glance. This is the dashboard view. We keep it simple on purpose. Green means stable, yellow means something may need attention, and red means immediate follow-up or action is needed. Support workers can see the last check-in or the current check-in status and suggest a next step. All in one place. It's meant to reduce guesswork and help workers prioritize quickly. Now let's look at the pieces that make up this prototype. Anchor includes several components that work together: a persona to ground the experience, a check-in timeline, adaptive response cards, message examples, an escalation pathway, and the dashboard you just saw. Together, these let us know how Anchor behaves over time. To bring this to life, let me introduce you to the persona, Jamie. Jamie is a 29-year-old. He's recently lost his job and is feeling overwhelmed. They prefer text-based communication and often need reminders and emotional support. Jamie represents the people who are struggling quietly, the ones that early intervention can help the most. Here's what Jamie's experience looks like inside of Anchor. Here's Jamie's journey. Week 1, Jamie checked in and says they're doing okay. That's a green. Week 2, they missed an appointment. Anchor needs to respond with a gentle offer to help as a yellow color. Week 3, Jamie says they're overwhelmed. Anchor escalates to support, which is in the red color. Week 4, with support, Jamie stabilizes and it goes back to green. This is how small, consistent check-ins can catch early signs and prevent escalations. And this is all powered by a simple predictive response. Anchor uses 3 types of responses: green to encourage resources, yellow to offer help and call, red, immediate outreach to crisis support. We've kept this simple so it's easy for both users and support workers to understand. And now I'll pass it on to Sadie to talk about why this matters and where it can go next.
Thanks, Kevin. So, anchors matter because early support changes outcomes. It catches warning signs before they become crisis. It reduces isolation. It helps people stay connected to support systems before things spiral. And most importantly, it's trauma-informed and low barrier. So it meets people where they are. So, what does that look like at scale? Here are the potential impacts. More people staying housed, fewer crises escalating, stronger community connections, better coordination across services. Anchor isn't meant to replace existing supports, it strengthens them. Now, let's talk about what could be next for this prototype. Next steps for this prototype design can include creating Anchor and piloting it with community partners, integrating it with existing support systems, exploring peer support integration, and refining the prototype based on real user feedback. The pilot phase will help us understand how Anchor works in real-world contexts. Now, we'll wrap it up with quick references and then open the floor for questions. These are just a few quick references we pulled in to support some of the facts we mentioned in the slides. We won't go into detail here, but they're included for transparency. And with that, we're happy to take any questions or comments. Thank you so much for listening. We'd love to hear your thoughts.